right on the money.
That's Steve Nash-like right there. Wrap around the defender. And Joel Wagner is not a seasoned veteran that probably thinks he could get away with it, but if he turned it over, but a real nice pass.
Ben Knight gets it back to Wagner. Damian Ryan's got that trigger ready. Step back by Khazzouh is another air ball. Sydney struggling in their half-court sets. Way pulls up. He likes that matchup between him and Julian Khazzouh. No call. Wagner to Khazzouh. Spins, crowd wanted to travel.
I thought I saw something else. But that's right, 2 shots coming up for Julian Khazzouh.
Wildcats up 2, Julian Khazzouh on the foul line with a deuce. He misses the first, season high of 24 for Julian Khazzouh under threat. He had 24 in the opening game against the Tigers. Gets the second one to go. 1-point ball game. Trey Gelder checks back in for Ben Knight. A little over 4.5 to go. Crowd have forgotten about their seats. Been standing up for quite some time. Lish. Gelder goes upstairs, discourages Damian Martin with the 3 is long. Wagner gets it to Khazzouh.
Thought he was throwing that one up.
It was awkward. Gelder to Wagner. Shot clock down to 6. He's got to get busy, and now Martin. Damian Ryan for 3. He got it off in time. Terrible offensive sequence for the Sydney Kings.
Sydney are expending so much energy getting the ball up the floor. By the time they get up there, they're not executing anything and always relying on a broken play or a shot with 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. This is where they really need to tighten it up.
That one was for 2. Sanders with an impressive athletic rebound. Khazzouh down low. Wagner has all day to line up his 3. That's short. Ball's tipped. Was not tipped by Sean Redditch. Katie Price has an injury update on Jesse Wagstaff.
Steve, who's made his way out of the room, still can't put any weight on that left ankle, and it is heavily iced, but he's taken his part on the sidelines here to watch the end of this game.
Big block shot. Gelder. They slow it down. Another isolation for Sydney. Sean Redditch just pushes in the back. Trey Gelder. There's Jesse Wagstaff. He's done.
Still don't like that offense from Sydney. I think they can get that shot at any time. They've shown throughout the game that they execute something, get a good shot, they can get that on a ball reversal when they have to shift the defense at any time. But as usual, I'm proven wrong, and then go to the line and shoot 2. So
Gelder at the line. He made his last 2. And he looks like he's got his rhythm. Has another one. Looks to give Sydney the lead with an successful free throw. That's off the mark. Looks a little uncomfortable at the foul line. Redditch for 3. That's short. Sanders doesn't block out. Way. Reverse layup is good. The little things have hurt Sydney down the stretch in these games where they have the lead at halftime. That time it's a missed blockout assignment by Patrick Sanders. Khazzouh brings it up. Gets it to Wagner. Wagner turns the corner. He loses the handle. Another turnover by Sydney. Toby to Way. Sanders upstairs for the block. Huge play.
Great play.
Sanders slows it down. He likes the mismatch. Fall away jump shot from the baseline is a tough one, but he makes it count. Tie ball game once again.
That's one of those ones where it goes down, it's a great shot, but Sydney doing a great job just hanging around. They haven't looked spectacular at the moment as they force a turnover. Gelder there, just great hands. With less than 2 minutes to go, we've got a tied ball game.
The long arms, he wants the ISO as well. Khazzouh, get it to Patrick Sanders. Shot clock down to 9. Good hands by Cam Tovey. They've been mirroring the ball really well all night. The Perth Wildcats. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Sydney Kings. We got 84 Challenge Stadium. We'll be back with the last 1 minute and 40 seconds. Try and get themselves over the line. Here we go. Shot clock down to 2. He traveled. It wasn't going to get it off anyway. The shot clock was down to 1.
And great move by the Wildcats. Of course, the Sydney would have drawn up a play thinking they were going to come out in man-to-man, showing zone straight away. Just stuffs up any sort of anything that they've drawn up at that timeout.
Sydney's 19th turnover. Really at a crucial time. Stephen Way, they want Sean Redditch. He's got a mismatch down low with Wagner. Way for 3! That's short, but it's tipped to Lish. Way has a good look and he's fouled. He'll go to the foul line. Turnovers on one end of the floor and offensive rebounds on the other.
Thanks, bud. Floor went anyway? If you know where it is, go get it.
Well, the floor wipers will be busy as Stephen Way steps to the line. Just over a minute to go till regulation. Way is just 2 for 4 from the foul line. Came into the game at 80% from the stripe. That's good.
If Sydney can't get it done though, Steve, they really just have themselves to blame at this stage. Like you said, they've offensive rebounds they've given up to the Wildcats, turning the ball over at crucial times. And they've done all the work to put themselves in a position to win. Now they've got to tighten up those things.
Wagner has the ball taken away by Martin. Another turnover to Sydney. Tovey gets it into Sean Redditch. That'll be on the floor. Kings wanted to travel on Tovey. Lots of intensity, of course, under a minute to play. Sean Redditch thought he should go to the foul line, but here on this possession, the Wildcats trying to get a cushion on top of this 2-point lead. Lish, shot clock down to single figures. Lish creates some space for himself, gets it to Way, throws it to Redditch, ball's knocked away. 1 second left on the shot clock. Perth Wildcats ball, let's look at the contact. Good hands by Gelder.
1 second.
Great rotations by Sydney, just making Perth throw the extra pass.
Lish with a bomb from the corner. Shot clock expires anyway. Sydney Kings down by 2. Call a timeout. They'll draw up how they're going to try and close this game. Kings have not won since week 1 against the Melbourne Tigers. Had a big night from Julian Khazzouh. And they've gotten a big night from him tonight. Khazzouh at 23 points. 1 point shy of his season high. We'll listen to the huddle.
Play the game, play the game. You said it, you said it. We're going flat 4. So Stevie, you're out of there. Okay, so right now, Damo, you're out. Toes, you can lift or whatever, whichever way you go.
Hey,
so
I'm going to run out to the left, change the angle right, okay? So Stevie, you still go out to that way, all right?
Now, if you look to penetrate, they're waiting for you inside. So turn you get back behind the ball so we can look at that. Move the ball there, and then we can, if you're open, take it. If not, attack, boys. We've got to keep attacking it. Now, defensively, switch all on balls. Aggressively out with the hand.
Julian's looking to slip, all right? Okay, look, he's going to be there.
He goes. 3, 2, 1.
Here's the scenario. The Sydney Kings down by 2 have possession of the basketball. Had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, but the Wildcats responded with tenacious defensive pressure, and the Sydney Kings have had their troubles handling it. Luke Martin back into the game for Sydney. Knight gets it back to Martin. It hasn't looked good so far. Luke Martin tries to turn the corner. His jump shot is off the mark. Ben Knight can't pull it in. Lish with the rebound.
It's not the shot that Sydney wanted. They're obviously trying to get the ball in. Khazzouh, Perth doing a great job. Just forcing Khazzouh off the block, not being able to get the ball in, and forcing in Luke Martin into a contested jump shot on the baseline. Not his forte, but it'll be tough for the Kings to come back from this one.
Timeout on the floor, charge to the Perth Wildcats. They want to make sure they cover all the scenarios. Sydney have been outscored this quarter 22-10.
We've got to have full denial to start with. Again, like Adelaide, try and force it to the ball. No, just safety, right? We've got to have full denial, nothing long. If they get it in, we have to foul, right? If they get it in, foul early, right? Then we're off, right? Full denial. If they get it in, we've got to foul early, right? We've got to do a job right now for 5 seconds. Come on, here we go. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Foul here. Come on, boys.
Well, the Sydney Kings have just dried up from the field. As a matter of fact, Patrick Sanders is the only Sydney King on the floor that has a bucket in the fourth. Damian Ryan is the other Sydney King that has scored from the field.
Sydney going to have to foul straight away here, of course, unless they force a turnover on the entry pass.
They've got a foul, and they do.
And now we have a foul. And both teams in the bonus.
Now both teams in the bonus.
Sean Reddick, 2 free throws.
As Sean Reddick will go to the foul line. If he makes them both, it's a 2-possession game. That meaning, of course, Sydney have to score twice if the lead goes to 4.
He's been 7 of 10 from the free throw line tonight, so I was going to say fairly efficient. Probably someone you want to go to the line. It comes back to that 1-possession game, though. If he makes this one, and he does.
He makes the second one. Sydney need a 3-point play. 3-pointer. Gilder gets it to Sanders. 7 seconds left. He's got to elevate behind the 3-point line. He doesn't. He loses the game. I'm not sure what's on his mind. They're down.